That's Dr. Cornel West, who joins us, the independent candidate for president, philosopher, activist, former Harvard professor. I thought you might like that. Thanks. Always good to have you on.
That was a beautiful introduction.
Dr. West, right. We know that you're a lot of things, but not a Republican senator. All right. First up, there's a couple of things here that we could talk about. Civil Rights Act, I want to start before I get into Biden or anything else, because there was the event, I believe, has been delayed, but they were going to have an event today marking the 60th anniversary of the Civil Rights Act. And one of the headlines, this is from Reuters, the Civil Rights Act's victories are at risks. That's what leaders are saying on this 60th anniversary. What would you say about that?
Yeah, it's sad that we have to fight this battle every generation. You would think just being a citizen in an American experiment, people would be able to be treated as citizens. But we know, of course, when the country was founded, Black people were enslaved to Africans, and then another 100 years of neo-slavery after Jim Crow. We had 12 years in the sun where we tried to create a multiracial democracy and a Reconstruction, but we lost. So the Union Army won the war and white supremacy won the peace. But it's true. We have to refight this over and over again. That's why the John Lewis Voting Rights Act was so very important. And it's sad that Biden and company couldn't push it through. Democratic Party, you would think, would have a deep commitment to this and fight to gain access to the passing of that bill. But it's a perennial struggle, my brother. There's no doubt about it.
What do you think of what's going on with Biden now? I mean, I know you're running as an independent, but what do you think about what's been happening since the debate to President Biden? One of his strongest areas of support, there have been many in the party, a lot of them behind closed doors, but even some publicly, who say he should step aside. But the Congressional Black Caucus has been behind him. I'll put up a quote from Maxine Waters, but there have been a number of others that we could put up. People are talking about Biden's too old. Hell, I'm older than Biden, but I get up every morning, I exercise, work late hours. I take care of black people. Trump has told you who he is. He defined himself. He's no good, deplorable, lying, despicable human being, no matter what anybody said. It ain't going to be no other Democratic candidate. It's going to be Biden. Congresswoman Maxine Waters, California. What are your views on all of this?
Well, you know, my brother, it's just sad to see the lies just generated so quickly. It's hard to keep track of. And I mean, you know, Brother Trump's a pathological liar. We know that, and people accent that in a variety of different ways. But the Democratic Party responds with its own forms of lies, its own forms of denial. There's no doubt that Brother Biden does not have both paddles in the water. Cognitive decline is as real as a heart attack. And what do? They create this protective wall around him, tell all the lies about he's as sharp now as he was 4 years ago. It's not true. This is why American citizens are so thoroughly disgusted with American politics, with this legalized bribery and normalized corruption. Both parties at this point, given the lies that have been told, are beyond redemption. And where are the crucial issues? We're not talking about Gaza and genocide anymore.
Right.
We're not talking about poverty. We're not talking about 62% of fellow citizens who live every day paycheck to paycheck. We're not talking about the escalating wealth inequality. No. We're talking about the lies coming from Trump and the counter lies coming from the Democrats.
The Democrats say we should be talking about those issues. We shouldn't be talking about Biden's fitness. But you think?
No, but they're saying that in order so that they can hide and conceal Biden's condition.
So you think he should just step aside?
Oh, absolutely. And when they talk about his excellent record, and you say, well, wait a minute. Now, he had some decent moves, no doubt about that. But when you're a genocide denier and a genocide enabler, and when you preside over a country in which there's escalating wealth inequality and organized greed is still running amok, that's not successful. If that's what successful is, what kind of experiment are we talking about in terms of America?
Before I let you go today, how are you doing on ballot access? So we've always wondered about that. And
I appreciate you always asking that. Because see, what happens is when you read in the newspaper, they'll say, well, West is at 4 or 5, because they don't count the fact that the smaller parties are also part and parcel of our effort. So we got the Aurora Party in Alaska. We got the Progressive Party in Oregon. We got the United Citizens Party in South Carolina. We got the United Party in Colorado. We got
how many states total?
Party in Vermont. So we're up now to about almost 11, brother. We're going to make a major announcement beginning of next week. We're going to surprise a lot of people. We are bearing witness and being witness to truth.
How many swing? Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.